Sorry, folks, my headphones were unplugged. Oh, we are into it.
All right, well, I'm here. And sorry about that.
Sorry, folks. Believe we missed the pistol round. Didn't think we were going to get that underway so quickly, but Looking for Org are looking to keep us on schedule here. So big appreciation to them. We are going to have Bad News Bears having lost the pistol, Looking for Org continuing their hot streak, and this time they just completely circumvent any resistance. I think Swisher just spotted the toes of Crashies. He's going to go ahead and get that frag. Hunter as well following it up. That's the round lost. They are just locking players out, and they're just trying to avoid any casualties here and farming up with the SMGs. We saw how effective they were in these SMG rounds in the previous game, and they're just continuing that form in a big way. So it's just going to be Mitch, who's trying to do some sort of damage, and if he catches Hunter or Typhoon, maybe he's going to find himself a free frag. Hunter would be his first point of contact, so might just get him. The question is, does he really get more after that?
And again, L4DRG continuing what they did the last game, and they started off fast, and also they're able to have a bunch of players live through the round. Now, they have one go down, but they're going to have 4 players live through this, 4 guns, a bunch of utility armor going into the third. So off to the races here, L4DRG not slowing down after that impressive match against Mythic. But here comes the buy round here on the side of Bad News Bears. They're going to get 2 AUGs, a FAMAS M4, and Rezu. He's still deciding on what he wants, and he's going to go with that FAMAS. So right now, 2-0, L4DRG looking good. But here comes the real test. And they're actually going to have 4 AKs and an UMP. So I think they upgraded on one of those players. But we're going to have, I think it's just a default coming out here, Mike.
I think the fact that they go for the upgrade maybe shows that they're putting a little bit more respect on the name of Bad News Bears, and that's understandable. This is a squad that's definitely in the contention for playoffs right now, trying to make a run for it. They do need these wins, so they are really going to be fighting for it to try and get into that playoff bracket. So a little bit different look. Ye was playing with them for a little while. Now Ye has announced he's on towards Lazarus, so that's a big change up. They are playing with Rezu, though they were used to playing with Rezu. Their default stand-in used to be on the roster, took a step back. It seems like they keep dragging him back into it. Xander's going to get the opening pick, though. That's a nice entry through. And as Rezu is looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Now the hit comes in towards B, and there are big bodies here for the Bad News Bears, but they're still going to have to find big frags. They're going to miss an opportunity. Crashies will come back for it, but Twice stays alive for a shockingly long amount of time. Still, the kills are coming through, and they're coming up decent for Crashies, but that's a nice crossfire setup. Now numbers equalized, the chance to get a plant, and one player locked into Graffiti, and Mitch coming on that fast flank. He's trying to catch the planner, but he may have audio queued himself away. Typhoon's looking for it. Oh, Typhoon can't line up a frag, but Swisher certainly can. 2 big kills for Swisher to close through that round, and Looking for Org stand up to the first task of the first rifle round.
Yeah, and Peter did a really good job in Graffiti over there. He's able to grab 2 kills, help out his teammate that's in towards Pit, but that aggression there by Swisher at the end, he basically forced his hand and tried to win that that gunfight, that aim battle. It ends up going in the favor of Swisher, and then Swisher's able to make that adjustment, watch the player with the gap in that smoke, and he does eventually get that kill, even though I think he had like 1 bullet left after the one that got the kill. So it's going to be 3-0, L4DRG doing just exactly what they did in the last match. Timeout comes in. My assumption that's on the Bad News Bears, but as I say that, it's already been canceled. We're going to get back into it. We are not wasting any time. And money on the side of Bad News Bears, not that good. I imagine they're going to save here. Nobody's bought up except for we got 4 Deegs here.
Deegs for days. Deegs for days. The SMG of Xander should feast on these unarmored opponents. Should be able to roll into it. But that's going to be pretty much a stacking towards the bathrooms. You like the call. Go ahead and take your disadvantage and at least stack it up and make it form one legitimate game. But they're not going to quite catch somebody out towards the fountain. Instead, it's going to be Xander, who's got a lot of players in towards the connector. He could turn this into an opportunity with the MAC-10 to farm up a little bit of cash, but he could also get caught out. And all comes to the timing. It will be Typhoon playing Whack-A-Mole, somehow staying alive. The Deagle's not able to find him, and now he's got support as well. The flank should be coming through soon. The nades are doing the work, and it is all falling apart. There wasn't much to work with here in the round for Looking for Org, but now there's just about nothing. It's just Peter, who's just looking for Typhoon, trying to get that one kill, and we'll have nothing.
Yeah, a lot of confidence coming out of L4DRG right now. Obviously, that's an eco, but they're up 4-0 against a really solid team in Bad News Bears. The real buy is going to come up now. You can see the off on Peter already. He just goes immediately to that 4 AUG. So this is going to be definitely a different test that L4DRG hasn't really seen in this match, and really didn't see it all that often in the first one. So they're going to go 4 AKs. They get the MAC-10 on Xander, and the rest are going to have, full utility, full armor, so they're set for this one. And their money's still good, but Mitch gets aggressive. He's able to get that opening kill. He eats a nade, but totally worth it. Takes 37 damage. He says no big deal, and he plays passively after that. I love that play there by Mitch. Risky, though.
Risky indeed. Typhoon now out of the round early on. It is bold play, but bold plays yield bold results sometimes. And now finally an advantage for the Bad News Bears. They've been looking a little rough, and as we saw, looking for Orb, we're coming into this game hot, so they need to start to get their own confidence up early on. They need to slow down this looking for Org side and make them consider their options a little more carefully.
So we see L4DRG leaning over towards the B site, and right now Bad News Bears has 3 players positioned in the site. Crash is in a pretty exposed position. He will be able to react in time. I thought he was going to go down immediately, but able to grab one. Xander does trade that out. Shinobi does get aggressive with his teammate. That's a quick trade, but it's now 3v2. Xander going to try to spam through that smoke. Not going to work out, but his teammate does the job. And now the CTs are on their way to come and help out, try to deny that bomb. Mitch is taking a little bit of damage, but he does get that kill. T-Wise versus 2. He's got to get aggressive in this situation. Try to make it a 1v1. He's spotted out, I think, a guy in towards upper. And he's just going to go ahead, hang out here for the moment. And get in an elevated position here. Interesting.
So twice in the clutch. Spots the first, gets the shot, and the transfer twice! What a spray transfer to find the round and the op to boot. Great round from Twice. It was looking so good for Bad News Bears. Once they got that early kill on the flank, I assumed they were going to be able to win out the 2v1, but great play from Twice to lock that down, take the 5th round, and continue the roll for looking for Org. They are looking so good. This is, I think they might be up for the most improved award in the Mountain Dew League from the beginning of the season to now. They are just looking like a complete unit these days.
Absolutely. And this should be another farm in this situation. You can see Mitch caught out on an island in there over towards Fountain. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that was, but nonetheless, he will go down. No damage dealt to L4. HP across the whole team. Shinobi going to start to get lit up, and yeah, I mean, it's his pistol armor, so this should be over momentarily. Bad News Bears might be able to grab a couple kills here, but it's already 5v4. One guy lit up on Bad News Bears. So I should have the ability to grab this one on Rezu, but Rezu's able to dodge those shots. And they have a nice little combination in towards Bathroom. You can see PTR up close. T-Wise has his back turned to him, so if PTR pushes here, he might actually be in a little bit of trouble. He's able to grab one. Rezu grabs one, and that's a double for PTR.
A double, an op, and a bomb. That's like a gift wrap present for Peter. I mean, this man is just so very happy with the result, and they're going to get another as well. Crashies now has a rifle to his name. This round has fallen apart for looking for Org. And after so many great rounds, after a brilliant clutch, the fact that this is going to be the one that slips away from them, a little troubling. Rizu gets a nice shot. Shinobi should be able to get that rifle. So basically a full buy stolen away for the Bad News Bears. 3 AKs and an AWP. They are thanking their lucky stars right now because this is a heck of a way to get back into the game. Of course, L4DRG going to be coming right back in with a buy. They have plenty of cash saved up. It includes the AWP on Hunter, which, as we saw in the last game, can be critical for opening up a site. But now we get to see maybe the most anticipated matchup of this game. It's Dirty Peak Pete taking on the new kid on the block, Hunter. Let's see who comes out on top of this op battle for dominance.
Yeah, I love seeing op battles. And yeah, these are two of the best oppers in the MDL. Let's see where they're going to be posted up. Right now, Hunter... Actually, meanwhile, Swisher with a dirty shot there on Shinobi. I was distracted by the alt battle, but Swisher, very impressive shot. That boost clearly doesn't work out. And I feel like that's a kind of muscle memory in that situation, just busting in that short monster area. And you just pop a shot, hope for the best, and it works out.
So that really does knock down a big asset early on. Shinobi out is going to make this a little tougher. Peter's basically on his own here towards A. They're relying on him to do a lot. With 2 players probing into the bathrooms, this is going to be a tough ask. But he is a veteran player. He's got a lot of experience behind him, and they're backing off. The shadow play has worked. They never really detected presence, but they also never really moved. Mitch is going to hear that drop down. I think he got the audio cue that somebody's there. Goes for the info peek. He's going to go ahead and fade away. So they are keeping 3 here. You're not seeing anybody rotate off because they know that Peter hasn't gotten any presence, and they also know that least somebody in towards construction. So now the hit's going to come through. The utility's going to sail in, and the player's sailing after it. It's a pretty good setup, and the spray is wild. Crashy finds 1, 2, make it 3! Crashy's locking down Monster and keeping his team alive in this round. Now it's just going to be Xander, who's locked out, blocked by a Molotov. Flank coming in, no chance to really get through here. He's going to be trying to chase down the kill on Crashies, but they're already past it. The flashes are blooming. They're keeping him back. They've spotted him. They're nading him. They're going to run in the kill. So a second round for the Bad News Bears, and one they desperately needed to pick up.
Yeah, big round for them. They're going to send L4DRG to a save, I assume, here. You can see Typhoon's on 55-50, but everybody else is at 3K or below. So it looks like Typhoon might go for that hero AK, which you love to see, but how much is going to be able to get out of this? And on the flip side, Bad News Bears are pretty much whatever they want in this situation. So what will L4DRG do here? It looks like just a standard default coming out to start this. They have a guy watching Monster, actually 2 guys. Xander going to try to flash his teammate out early. It's not really going to have any effect on the round, just based on the positioning of the closest player to Fountain. That's Peter, and he actually ends up falling back even more. So map control given up early, and that's exactly what L4DRG needs. They need to have those up-close battles, but they actually end up switching up a little bit here and have 5 guys going towards B.
Well, this is interesting. Now, Crashies have been playing some variation of this Monster position pretty much all game. It's a bold angle. It gives you a lot of vision, a lot of information out towards Monster, but it also sets you up for potentially a lot of hurt if they spot out your toes, and that's exactly what they did here. He gets away with only a few toes clipped. Now they're going to try and run him down. Rizu's there for support. Finds 1, 2. Can he get the 3rd? They're chasing him down. He will indeed stand up to the task, and that's the bomb. Dropped like a gift wrap package right in his lap. What a shot from Twice, shooting Skeet with the Deagle, but they're going to line up, and Crashies, or Rizu, should knock him down. He gets 1. Now it's all Twice. The man with a plan. He's got an AK. He's got 3 kills to his name, and he is going to be naded away from any more. Still massive damage out from Twice, who is having a heck of a game for himself these last few rounds. For the Bad News Bears, they do claim 3.
Yeah, T-Wise having a really good night. Let's see what his ADR is right now. T-Wise is on 96 ADR. Switcher actually has 116 at this point. So, 1 guy over 100 ADR, 2 guys right there on the side of L4DRG. But you can see the tides are turning a little bit in the favor of Bad News Bears. But the buy round coming up here for L4DRG. They're going to smoke their way through that molly. So they want to get that early map control over towards Fountain, over towards Long. And they will be able to do just that. And looks like they're going to go fast-paced in towards Long. And Mitch going to try and do something about this. If he gets flashed here, he's in a really exposed position. So he's got to be careful. He's got 3 guys coming around the corner.
Does have support, though, from the AWP to take focus. So this is going to be interesting. Peter supporting. Does he spot out the Flower Pot player? He does, but the Flower Pot player decapitates him. Who else but Twice to get the entry frag, and Swisher to follow it up. 2 big kills to find, and now the hit is on. They are galloping in towards site, and there's a player out towards Optimus, but they've got to come in to support immediately. Twice actually puts a bullet into the back of his teammate's head, not content with just killing the other team. But the problem is that sets it up for the CTs to have their revenge. It's just going to be Xander left alive now. He's got to try and get back through, or at least do a little bit of damage, because this is going to be the end of the rope in terms of money for looking for Org. And meanwhile, it's starting to build just a little bit on the Bad News Bears side.
Okay, that's a good opening. Rezu's lit up as well, but does he expect that second player over towards Semi? And Rezu's in a good position. He's not really at the crosshair in the right position. And yeah, that's going to be now 1v1, but Crashies does end up getting that trade. So close there. Nice attempt by Xander. And now Bad News Bears are 1 away from being tied up after a fast lead to start this match out. As they were up, I think, 5-1 at one point. So Bad News Bears really starting to turn it on a little bit here. And we now have a timeout. My assumption is coming, or that is coming from L4DRG here.
Yeah, I think what they're probably trying to decide is whether they're going to force buy or not, because they know the economy is low for Bad News Bears, right? It has not had a chance to build up. They've been limited. They've only been keeping 1 or 2 alive in most rounds, but it's good enough to kind of oversee it. So looking for Org, understandably, are going to say, all right, we're not quite going to force. We're going to make sure that our own money gets healthy. We're going to make sure that we get the rifles so that we can really do what we want to do in this game. This is just going to be the round where they tie it up. It's okay. There's plenty of time for us to get back into it.
All right, so they're going to stay disciplined in the situation. They're going to go ahead and save. They get the Deeg on Xander, who I think earned it in that last round. He made it a 1v1, made it interesting. And this time they're not going to be able to smoke out that molly. And luckily for them, they actually don't get even very close to that, as there was a nade that could have been really chunky had they been up a little bit closer. So they're able to get out of that ramp towards T-spawn, and they're going to slowly walk up here. There's a man in this area in Mitch, but he seems like he's going to start to fall back a little bit here. Otherwise, he's going to have a Glock train coming full blast at him. So he will be in towards short A, while 5 guys are going to be coming in towards bathroom. Mitch might be in a little bit of trouble here.
This could be rough. He should have the lineup, though. The AUG can get a little finicky once they're super close up, and that they certainly are. They're actually walking right past him as well. Support now coming in from the site itself. Peter getting into position, but he doesn't have the info. Mitch gonna get overwhelmed. He's gonna take away 3, though, and now Peter just needs to find 1 more. Swisher has himself a rifle, but his information is given up, and they can wait and play together. There's no sense overplaying this, and there's no sense getting overly antsy. So Swisher, trying to find some more damage, will do so, but he is eventually cold. So a pretty good round for the Bad News Bears. They only lose 2. They keep it safe. They keep it relatively clean, and now they've tied up the scorelines as well.
Yeah, Bad News Bears are back into it, tied it up, and looking on the side of L4.org, since they saved the last round, they will be able to get whatever they want here in the 11th. Bad News Bears, they still have a little bit of extra cash, but if they lose this one, they might be in a little bit of trouble in terms of economy. So L4.org looks like they're going to try to get in towards short early. There was a molly blocking their path, but they just go right through that. T. White's getting aggressive, but Rezu will take him down. PTR adds 1 as well, so that fast play did not work out. It's 5v3 after, 15, 20 seconds into the round, and this is, I would say, a pretty important round here for L4.org, and it's just not going their way to start.
Nice chunky nade to just highlight how much this is falling apart for them. Now you're seeing very comfortable positions for the Bad News Bear. They've still got the utility. I mean, you see 3 players with big utility still on their belts. 2 smokes available, 2 mollies available. One of those smokes is going to come in and smoke out the monster spot. Big kill for Typhoon. Gets 1. Needs to avoid the trade, though. Will do exactly that. So he's bringing back numbers a little bit and drops a bit of that utility off of Rezu. So that gives them a bit of an opportunity to get back into this. Still 50 seconds, or we're going to tick by, and looking for Rory, they need to decide what they want to do.
I start to collect over towards the B side, and we've seen Crashes in a few different positions here on the other side of Monster. He's been in a really exposed position in towards the middle, all the way to the left. Just a little bit off to the left. Shinobi's able to handle 2. Crashies did go down, but it's going to be 2v1. Xander putting up a fight. He knows the positioning of the man in towards pit, but does he know the player in towards short is coming in? Mitch is not going to be hanging out here. He's coming around the corner. Xander, nice job. It's now 1v1, Xander versus Mitch. Mitch hears those footsteps, and he's going to try to catch Xander on the way out, but Xander gets around the corner with 14 HP, 10 seconds. I don't know, Mike.
I don't think he has time. I don't think he's going to have enough time to punch the numbers in.
It's going to be close.
He's just racing it. He's racing it. He's got to punch them in right now. Mitch is slow on the retake, so he's got a second to spare, maybe even a second and a half there if he wants to get bold. Now Xander can change it up completely. Mitch has no idea where he's playing from. He's got to play the process of elimination. At least has a smoke for the defuse, and he's going to go ahead and toss that. But Xander peeks before the smoke blooms, and Xander clutches it out. 3 big kills and a salvage round for looking for Orc, and what a way to do it.
Wow, and he barely got around the corner in that situation. He lives on 14 HP. He gets the bomb down just in the nick of time, and then he gets into, he had plenty of time to get in that post-plan position that he really wanted to. It ended up working out. So, nice job by him, and that gives them the lead once again. We're going to get a timeout. So, Bad News Bears going to think this one over here, and just beautiful play there by Xander. Although it looks like somebody dropped. I think it's Hunter on the side of L4.org.
Yeah, I think Hunter's been having some internet issues, so it might just be a little bit before we get that sorted out, folks. Might just be a quick moment. But we can talk about the implications of this game. So we already know, we've talked about looking forward, we've talked about where they're at. I think they've secured their path out of relegation at this point, but certainly another win's not going to hurt, either in the ego column or in the keeping yourself out of relegation column. With 8 losses, they would really need some catastrophes to come through on the part of other teams currently in the contention for them to be able to really have a shot at playoffs. But they're probably going to end about 9-8. That's not terrible. It's not terrible by any measure. The Bad News Bears, meanwhile, 8-4 right now. It's a really good record. If they win this one, 9-4, they really need to get to 10, 11 wins to secure those playoffs. 10, good number. 11, definite playoff contention. That's the magic number, folks. That's the one you need to pretty much guarantee playoffs at this point. So they're looking to take this win. This would be a big mark for them because after this game, the next game they have is against the Prospects, who are I think 2-16, 2-15, something really bad. They've been struggling majorly. So that should be an easy win for the Bad News Bears. Then you've got a game against the Quest. That's going to be another one that's a massive implicator for playoffs. Bad News Bears against the Quest. That's going to be a big one to watch. And then one game against Peakers Advantage, a team that's been sort of trying to figure things out since losing their Oregon. Aren't really in contention for playoffs, but presumably still want to make a good name for themselves. So that's another one that should favor the Bad News Bears. So this one's a big one for them attempting to secure playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And L4DRG looked really good, but you mentioned the Quest. I've been really impressed with them as of late. The first 5 matches, they went 2-3. They lost to L4DRG, they lost to Furia, and they lost to Singularity. So fair enough, you lose to Furia and Singularity, but they've been on a tear. They've won 6 in a row, maybe 7. They lost to Party Astronauts. So they lost the matches that they probably should have. But they've been looking really good here within the last 3-4 weeks, and that's a team to watch out for coming into playoffs. I mean, they got a lot of really solid players. Voltage's AWP is starting to warm up here, and when Voltage's AWP is on, you definitely want to watch out for that.
It's definitely an interesting team. It's really exciting. I think this is going to be a very competitive playoff bracket. The Mountain Dew League has been a little top-heavy this season. You've seen a few teams really make changes and come back up. One of the highlights for me is Party Astronauts, who looked completely lost at the beginning of the season, made some changes, went back to basics, found themselves, and now have a pretty good shot at playoffs, provided they win. If they win this next match against Furia, which tough ask for sure, Furia really being a titan of the game. If they win this match against Furia, I'm pretty sure they've confirmed playoffs. If they lose it, they can still get in, provided other teams don't beat them. So I think based on their head-to-head record against Team 1, they may have secured a berth, but I'm not confident enough to say that. So Party Astronauts has been a delightful surprise. Ascent, coming out of relatively nowhere, a new move-up team, are in great position to secure playoffs for themselves. They're battling for that as well. The Quest, as you said, have made big changes and really come into their own. So you've got a lot of teams that are heating up that are going to be very dangerous. This Bad News Bears roster has been impressive all season. If they can take this win and secure their way into playoffs, they are going to be dangerous for sure. It's going to be a really competitive playoff bracket. I would say we have one obvious outlier, one real heavy hitter in Furia, who everyone sort of views as on their weight class. And then below that, it's very much wide open.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like Furia is kind of should have been in Pro League already, and they're just kind of going through the motions. But you never know if you're going to get caught out in just one random match. So, I mean, they started out pretty slow as well. I mean, they lost, first 2 matches of the first 3? So, I mean, teams can beat them, but yeah, I think they're definitely the heavyweight champ coming into this one. But nonetheless, it's going to be Hunter getting lit up early. He does have that MAC-10, and he'll be put down really fast there. But the rest of the T's are pretty much over towards the A site. You can see Xander was in the area, but he's going to join his teammates over towards A.
So they're just going to go ahead and take the site. It's interesting that they're actually leading with the bomb. That's a bold move. If the Swisher gets caught off, it could all fall apart. As it is, that's not quite going to happen. They are going to be swinging back onto the site. They might actually catch out the planter. Typhoon now low. One will be claimed, but Rizu can't find any more, and so he will falter and fall, and looking for Org will avoid taking too many casualties. They played that one maybe a little bit fast and loose, but it works out for them, and they avoid getting too risky. Still, the Bad News Bears now going to have a buy-up. They didn't really hope for much on the last one other than damage. Mitch and Shinobi going to be limited onto the FAMI, but they do have utility behind it, and the AWP is on PTR. No AWP on the T side.
I like the plural of FAMAS there. That was beautiful. I've never referenced that before or ever heard of it, but big brain Mike coming through. I love it. But anyways, coming into this round, 13th round, L4DRG going to get 2 guys in towards connector, 3 over towards that ramp that leads towards T spawn. PTR might be in a little bit of trouble, and yeah, quick reaction there by Typhoon. That was a beautiful shot, and they're going to try to force their hand. Mitch up close. He's going to try to take this fight. He's able to get one, but immediately traded out. So 4v3 advantage here for L4DRG.
So now they're just going to deathball together. They're going to set up. They're going to start to inch their way towards the A-bomb site. They're hesitating for a moment. They've got plenty of time on the clock. No rush whatsoever. Now the nades are sailing through the jump and the utility on the site, and they're barreling their way through. At the very least, there are 2 players here to defend. Pursuit getting back on offense. That's a risky play late. It is going to work out for him. Now Shinobi's playing around the edge of the smoke. He will actually catch a frag and the bomb as well. He's instantly traded, though. It's going to take a hero play from somebody. Ruzy's going to be looking for it. Doesn't even get a chance. He's spammed down in the smoke, and Crashies is already going to be saving. So it's another round for looking for Org. Now 8 rounds on T side of Overpass. This is a fantastic half for them. They are really looking like a very complete team in these. I mean, in this game, in the previous game of the night. This is a tough task for the Bad News Bears.
Yep, so should be 8-5 here. L4DRG starting to cruise a little bit, but Bad News Bears did have a nice run up until L4DRG just ran the last 2 or 3. Crashies will be able to save that M4 and the armor. Let's see what kind of ADR we have on these guys right now. So right now, Crashies is leading the way at 102. Rezu is on 88, and Mitch on 86. But Shinobi struggling a little bit here, but he is the in-game leader, so understandable. But he's on 33, so that's definitely a number that's got to be picked up. On the flip side, Hunter's only on 37, which is surprising. But you can see Swisher at 116. He's leading the way, and T-Weiss and Typhoon both in the 90s.
So remind you that Hunter has disconnected and reconnected a couple times due to internet, so that may be messing with his
I've been bamboozled, Mike.
You've been very bamboozled.
Debated.
Hard debate. So as it is, it's going to be another broken by round. They've got the 1 saved M4 on Crashies, which maybe can have some impact. Otherwise, it's just going to be some CZs, a little bit of armor on Rezu, a nade, a couple flashes picked up here or there. They've been hunting the bargain bin to see what they can pull out. It's going to be tough. Crashies, very bold spot. This could all fall apart. He's got pistols and support. But it looks like they just want to flash him in to try to have maximum impact. Hunter's looking for it with the AWP, so now they know where the off is. But do they realize there's 2 players stacked up in towards the playground? They're going to fall off it now. But Crashy's got to find the frags. He finds 1. They're trying to wrap around on him. Crashy's insecure. Crashy's blind. Crashy's fallen. The 1 M4 now out of play. So yes, they get a 1-for-1 trade, but seeing as that 1 was their only rifle, I'm not sure that that was a math that they wanted to be doing.
Yeah, and you can see Xander getting rid of that op. He doesn't want to enable PDR or Peter to grab that gun. So they ditch it over the wall, and they're going to be going over towards the B site. So Rezu's in a really strong position here, up close with that CZ. And who's he teamed up with? He's got Shinobi with the CZ as well. So I think Shinobi's going to take that initial action, and Rezu will wide swing there with that CZ and try to double team him with those. So right now, L4DRG is going to be hanging out in towards short B. They have a little bit of utility that's about to be spent. There should be a B hit coming in, but they're going to wait for Mitch to come around the corner, and that's an easy kill. Typhoon takes him down fast. And if you're Mitch, you're looking around that corner when you open the door, and you're just wondering, why are there 3 people staring at me? What can I do about this? But there we go, PTR.
Peter, he found the rifle, and they didn't even check that position. They knew a rifle was down there. I'm surprised somebody didn't at least clear it as they came up the stairs. So now a man advantage and 2 rifles picked up. Everybody's got a gun, Mitch. Only one of them has armor, but that may not matter if they hit their first shots. They're going to have to ground the corner, and Shinobi is dunked immediately. It all falls to Rezu, who's at least got armor behind this rifle. But Swisher's just setting this up so that he won't clear Xander's spot, and Xander is the ace in the hole. They're just going to be waiting for him to round the corner. And as soon as he does, they can have this. There it is. There's the shot. There's the kill. There's the round. And it is looking for Org, picking up around number 9. And they're looking like they've got a good chance of taking double digits here. One last attempt for the Bad News Bears to make an impact. But this has been a very solid half for the L4DRG.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seemed a little bit unstable there as Bad News Bears won a bunch of rounds in a row, but L4DRG has completely responded pretty quickly. Might be able to get double digits before they switch over to the second half. And this is a really good team in Bad News Bears, so I'm surprised by the scoreline. But then again, we were surprised by the scoreline against Mythic, so this is just their night. And here in the last round of this half, it's going to go in the favor of Typhoon, who grabs a double early. The aggression doesn't pay off, and that leaves Peter all over towards the A site by himself against 5. And right now, L4DRG not really going to force their hand off of that. So they're just going to stick around to their default, and they just got those 2 early kills.
This is rough. This is a really tough game for the Bad News Bears. Overpass, typically a pretty strong map for them as well. So this is disheartening. It's a map that they certainly do play a lot. But looking for Org are really calling their number this game. They've got them read like a book. They're winning out their duels. This is a really good game out from looking for Org. So now a much more patient play. They're just waiting. They know the pressure's applied. They made the aggressive first move, the Bad News Bears did, and now they know that they're feeling that heat. So they're just going to wait. They're going to see if they'll make the misplay. They'll see if they will give them the rope to hang themselves. Peter.
Look at Typhoon here.
Oh, no. He gets caught out. No chance to respond. Just looking the wrong direction, playing solo on his site. Now it all falls apart. It's just crashes. He's in a 1v5. He's got to go for it, but they're already past. Typhoon's already waiting for him to round this corner. And he will silence him. Typhoon, massive 4K in the round to secure round number 10 for Looking for Org and take a double-digit T-side half on Overpass.
Yeah, impressive half going over to the CT side. And yeah, this has been a pretty good night here so far for L4Org. They'd love to get the second win. That would be huge for them. But just based on what we talked about earlier, it looks like they're going to avoid relegation. And yeah, I mean, that's a successful night so far. But, you know, getting that extra win would certainly build the confidence a little bit. But Bad News Bears, I think they're really just going for positioning in playoffs. Let me see what their record is right now. They are at
No, they're not. They're not confirmed
4.
for playoffs. They could get knocked out. 8 is not.
Yeah, they still have
number.
a bunch of matches to be played here. Yeah, they're 8-4. There's a couple people or a couple teams in their area right now. Team 1's at 8-7, so they can't really do much about this. They have a couple matches left. Ascent's at 8-4, so they're tied with them. New Identity 9-5. That's a team I'm really looking forward to seeing play more often.
Here's the issue for Bad News Bears, right? If they wind up on 10-7, which is going to be the scoreline for Team 1, presumably, if they win both their games. If Team 1 wins both If Team 1 wins both their games and winds up 10-7, and Bad News Bears also winds up 10-7, Team 1 has the head-to-head over them, so we'll actually knock them out of playoffs most likely. So Bad News Bears, these games matter. These games matter a lot. They've got 4 games coming up still, right? This is 1 of 5. So even if they lose this, they've got 4 chances, but they really do need to win 3 out of those 4 to guarantee that they won't have any issues going forward. This is definitely do or die. Now, some of those matches, as we were talking about, should be viable, but a couple of them are going to be really competitive as well.
So we have an extended pause here. I'm not entirely sure what we're waiting for. Hopefully Hunter isn't about to drop from the server again. We've seen that happen twice at least, if not 3 times tonight. So please, I was having trouble with Steam earlier, so I imagine that's the same issue for him. Just connecting to Steam,
it may just be his internet.
Who knows? Looks like we're going to start again. So yeah, we'll get back into it. It's going to be 10-5 half. L4Org CT side. Bad News Bears T side. Here we go.
All right, so coming back from a big deficit, they're going to pick up a bunch of utility to get on into this. 4 flashes, 2 smokes on Shinobi and Peter to presumably execute some sort of set hit. Frequently see teams do this with a B hit. Save the smokes for late, but it looks like we're going to be headed up to the fountain early on, so maybe a play out towards long. 3 players in towards connector. Going to be a ramp up towards that A spot. It's just going to be Xander, who's feeling a little bit of pressure. Look at the decoy right in his face, and he'll go ahead and fade away. They've thrown out 1 smoke and 2 flashes at this point. It is going to be the Bad News Bears taking a bit of a slower pace into this pistol round. There's no presence outside the bathrooms. It is a 4-man B stack for L4Org. So unless Xander pulls off a hero play here, this is likely going to be the bomb site falling in a post-plant type situation.
Yeah, Xander might be able to catch them from behind. It doesn't look like they checked long bathrooms at all, but he's actually going to go over towards long instead of trying to come in on that flank. So the bombs should be able to be planted here. This is going to be a 5-man retake should that bomb go down. So Xander's going to pop a shot. That's a good opening kill. Shinobi's going to try to trade that out. Will that go in his favor? They're still battling over there, but 2 kills are going to go in the favor. Make it 3 of L4Org. So Mitch, last man standing. He's going the long way home to try and deny this diffuse that's coming in. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do much about this. He's going to try to run in, and that will be it. T. Weiss make sure they get that round. And big pistol for L4Org.
I like that adjustment for L4Org. They were like, we want to body block him, but we don't know which direction to body block from. Then they hear the footstep towards long. It's like, that's where! Swarm him!
Yeah.
Get him, boys! They just rush immediately in, take the fight, win it out. So that's a big pistol round, because this really does start to crush the dreams of Bad News Bears to potentially get back into this. This is Looking for Org putting their boot on the throat of the Bad News Bears. Now there's just a few last gasps to potentially get, and they're running out of opportunity. It's going to be the hero AK for Mitch, and he immediately turns into a frag. Shinobi dropped that over for him, and so far, good return on the investment. Early kill, early rifle retrievable, and it's one of only 2 rifles that's out, actually, on the map.
And Hunter's not challenging here to try and deny them that gun, so you can see Peter's going to be the one rewarded with that M4, but that was a quick reaction shot there from Mitch. That's a big opening. Now they have 2 rifles and a more realistic opportunity to win this round. This would be huge for them after losing the pistol and being down 11-5. But there's still 3 players on pistols in this situation, so they still have a long road ahead of them. 3 guys coming up in towards long, 2 going in towards short, while one of them actually is going in towards connector. But there's 2 men for the CT side over towards A, 2 towards B. Let's see what Bad News Bears can do here.
Definite opportunity. There's a nade in the hands of one of the players on site, and if it finds Shinobi, he's going to get chunked down in a big way. Now the nades are going to come through, at least the utility. Trying to dust up a little bit of damage. Hunter just might find it. What's that going to find? A little bit of damage on a Mitch, who is the AK player, so that's a nice one. But now they're rounding around. There are bodies through. Swisher just mows them all down, finds the frags. That may be a bomb plant at the very least secured, though Typhoon's going to see what he has to say about that. But it is certainly a massive impact from Swisher, and now it's just Shinobi, who's got no armor, who's got to try and clutch this out. And I think he's been spotted. Yep, he's being hit in this corner. He wins the duel with Typhoon, but can't get twice on the repeat. So it is going to be the round salvaged by looking for Org. The Bad News Bears make a really good run of this, and the bomb plan is definitely going to justify the investment.
Yeah, Swisher really saved them and bailed them out, getting that triple kill with the ump. Some of that long distance as well. So it'll be another round for L4DRG, but they did give up a lot in that situation. It'll be 12-5, and they're gonna have to rebuy on a whole 4 of those players. They have the money for it, but some of these guys are gonna be stuck on umps and FAMASs. You can see Xander will be one of those guys. SMG gonna be on Hunter, so I imagine he's gonna try to get into that close quartered positioning. Let's see where they send him. It looks like it's gonna be over towards short A. I think they're gonna get a little bit of a boost going on here.
Slower start to the round. Bad News Bears, they do have full rifles up. They do even manage to get the rifle up on Shinobi, so that's nice, despite his investment into the last one. The bomb plant means that he is going to be able to get away with it here. Still, utility somewhat limited. Up against a pretty strong setup. That Molly somehow doesn't spread to cover off Hunter. It'll be a smoke from his teammate to secure his passage. He's gonna get naded. That's a chunky nade early on. Some good damage to start. What a lineup for Swisher through the wood panel. Nearly catches the frag. He's looking for it. Shinobi now down to 5, and Peter at 31. Xander with a boost up spot as well. Finds the first, and this is looking bad for the Bad News Bears. The news, it gets worse even, as now Peter's been found out. Shinobi on 5. And Rizu and Crashy is the only full health players to try and battle this through.
Yeah, if you're Bad News Bears, you really want to get this one. Crashy's going to get lit up before he even tries to get in towards sight. He's down to 30 HP. He's going to throw a smoke to try and get a little bit more map control, but as I say that, he's going to go ahead and fall back. But yeah, you mentioned Shinobi's on 5 HP. How much use can they get out of him here? If he gets a kill, that would be huge. That's not going to happen, as Hunter, as I talked about, trying to get into those close quarter positions, is going to be able to get a double with that SMG, and that leaves Rezu left all alone versus 5. So L4 are going to have a significant amount of players living through this round. 15 seconds on the clock. Rezu's on the way out. He's going to try and save that AK, that armor, and that utility. Will they let him? Hunter's on the way to try to do something about this. He got rid of that SMG, and he's going to take out the AK. That's the final man down, and that's a big round for L4DRG.
Hunter looking so crisp there. Just finds the frags. It's really nicely done to deny any chance of economic saving. I mean, once he secured the bomb in towards connector with that little time left on the clock, he's already won the round. But Hunter's not content with just winning the round. He's going to go ahead and find that frag, too. That man's never going to rest. So he finds it. It is going to be a 13th round, so we're looking for Org. Now it's MAC-10s and a Deagle. Love to see a ride of the needle gun. Nice early peek from Xander. Catches one. Nearly finds the frag. Tons of damage, but this utility sailing in may just be too late. They're already past it. They found some kills, but it's being brought back. It's chaos on site as there are MAC-10s for days. The bomb's dropped at barrels, though, and though Typhoon will get caught, Twice is there for the trade immediately. So L4DRG, they avoid the chaos around upsetting them. They are going to claim round number 14. And now they're up against a not perfect buy to secure a map point.
Yeah, 1 away from map point, 2 away from the GG. Bad News Bears got to have a lot of fight in them if they want to get back into this one. They're fully invested here in the 20th round. The highest amount of money on any of these players right now for Bad News Bears is $950. So this is a big round for them, as you can imagine. So they're going to send 3 guys over towards the A side, 1 in towards connector, but nice shot there by Crashies. pretty much mirroring what Swisher did earlier with that jump up shot. And that was quick one tap, and that's the advantage they needed early.
Do love to see it. So maybe a breath of fresh air here for the Bad News Bears, but oh, that positioning is rough. Hunter's watching exactly for it. Nearly catches Shinobi out. I think that shot went through the side of the bathroom wall actually to keep him off of it. Hunter will, in fact, drop. So that's a big second as well. Rizu, though, in a bold spot, can't quite win out the duel with Xander. So Xander holds them back for a moment. It's going to cause the Bad News Bears to reposition.
So one-man advantage now for Bad News Bears. There's a one-man dedicated towards the B side for L4DRG, but you can see Typhoon going to play pretty conservatively here. He might take some initial action over towards Graffiti, but I think he'll eventually fall back to wait for his teammates to come in. But here comes T-Weiss. Here comes the hit in towards the B side. Molly's going to come in. Shinobi not going to push through that smoke, but he wisely checks behind him, and he'll be rewarded with the kill. Now, 4v2. He spotted out the guy in towards Heaven. Typhoon still over towards Graffiti, and he gets the kill.
Big kill for Shinobi. Now an opportunity for another round here for the Bad News Bears. It is Twice, who's certainly going to go for this. He's got 4,600 in reserve, so should be all right to buy, though. Dropping this AUG might make it a little bit easier, but with this much cushion in a 1v2, with a kit on his belt, he's going to go for it. Fakes the drop down, trying to get them to swing on him, but they are not going to budge. Now Shinobi peeks for it, knows that he's there, knows that he's still up, and that now he's fallen. And here comes the swing. They're playing the numbers game, they're playing the time game. Shinobi just has to toy with him. But it is Twice trying to take the fight, trying to make this aggressive. He wants to make sure Shinobi can't save through any weaponry. And Shinobi will eventually win out the duel.
Yeah, Shinobi gets a triple kill on the round. So nice round for him there. Bad News Bears are able to earn another one, sticking around in this. And looking at the money on their side, they'll be able to get pretty much whatever they want. PTR won't be able to get utility if he goes with that AK, but he does go with the Galil, so he'll get a flash, and a smoke. On the flip side, off out on T-Weiss. And look at this buy here on the side of L4DRG. You get an SMG, 2 pistols, an off, and an M4. This is a really odd buy, but they're going to go ahead and force up. Nice nade there on Rezu. He's taking down 20 HP, so good start for L4DRG. They're getting aggressive, but that flash will destroy him. Xander does get that kill with the pistol. I'm not sure they were going to be able to recover that rifle, though.
This is interesting. They've still got the AWP, and Twice knew there was a player out towards Monster, but Crashies is wisely going to smoke himself back to get out of there. It was actually an awkward moment. They both peeked it with utility out, trying to swap their guns, and saw each other, and both had to fall off of the angle. So, missed opportunity from both sides there. But it is going to be the Bad News Bears now starting to take some control towards long. Crashies still the lurk. Walking through slowly, and Xander's thinking about going up the ladder on him. Oh, the timing could be brutal here. Xander's just now coming up, but Crashies has just cleared the position. He may not have a sense of when this is coming through. Mitch finds a kill on his sight, but now that's the spot. That's the rifle picked up as well. He's going to clear it, and there's the frag. Xander now has one. They know their flank is not secure. He can upgrade to the AK as well, but the hit's coming in towards A. So it is going to be the issue forced, and Twice now dinked. Makes this rougher. They're swinging, though, and that's couple of huge frags for Typhoon. They can turn this into a 1v1, but Typhoon's gonna take the shot. He's picked up the op. He turns it into a kill, and he turns it into map point. 15-6 now. 9 rounds in a row for Bad News Bears to try and make this overtime.
Typhoon is a savage. What work he just did there. Get the triple kill on the round. He put him on map point. L4DRG looking to put this one away. But yeah, Typhoon is a savage. That was a beautiful play. And he busts out the op to finish it off in style. Bad News Bears going to force up here, as you can imagine. They got to win 9 in a row to send this one just into OT. So back up against the walls. How much fight do you have? Xander going to get aggressive early. Flash will aid his ability to grab 2, but Crashes does trade it out. He'll take a little bit of damage from that nade, but in all of that exchange, it's going to be a one-man advantage here for L4DRG early in the round.
That's tough. Oh, Mitch. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's going to do it. He gives it right to Hunter. Hunter's just waiting for that exact angle. Patient like an angler. He is going to bait the hook, and he catches himself a big one. That is a massive frag to find. That's all the map information over towards A, taken away from the Bad News Bears as well. At this point, they feel like they're committed, and they're going to go ahead and go for it. Rizu starting to ooze his way in, and once he crosses this threshold, it's kind of the point of no return. But they are going to get the first big couple of frags. Crashies, though, traded out. It leaves it all to Rizu, who's turned it into a 1v1. His opponent doesn't have armor. It's a glass cannon AWP against a Krieg, and all the time in the world, Rizu can go wherever he wants. There is no pressure here in terms of having to pick a site, and Hunter has no information whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Rezu's going to start walking here, and he'll do just that. Otherwise, I think he might give up some sort of information to Hunter. Maybe hear some footsteps. But Rezu will continue to walk. 30 seconds on the clock. He's going to hang out here for a minute. He's got a few angles he's got to clear first, but Hunter won't be able to do anything about this bomb plant if Rezu plants on the other side of default. So Hunter going to stick around over towards B, but this is a quick rotate position. Here comes the bomb plant and a 1v1 coming up here, Mike.
Oh, if Hunter got a bank any quicker, that could have been so very deadly. Rezu might be playing this perfectly, but he's got to anticipate the angle. They're right there. There's the shot. Rezu has it. Stay of execution. A chance here for the Bad News Bears. They have claimed the first. They need 8 more, though, Mitch. This is such a long road to tread. Fortunately for them, it's going to be looking for Oregon to pistols, and it looks like they're going to buy into it. It's a double eco situation, so maybe a chance.
Yeah, I mean, this is around Bad News Bears should have, but you never know coming out for L4DRG. They've been on fire tonight. And one thing I noticed immediately is that Hunter has that Zeus. Let's see where Hunter's going to be. Can we get a Hunter cam in this round? He's going to be in towards connector. He's going to have a guy coming around the corner. Make it 2. If he busts around the corner right now, he should be able to grab a kill, but he's going to get stuck with that molly, and he is flushed out. And unfortunately, we are not going to see a Zeus kill in this round, Mike.
He made a poor choice. He knew that the molly was coming through. He was like, he was hoping there'd be like a little nook gleam in the back by the stairs. Realized there was no chance. Should have just gone through. You just got to commit to the bit, Hunter. Got to commit to the bit. Look, he may be with God with the op, but he's got a lot to learn when it comes to Zeusing people in connector. Crashies, nice little frag there. Eliminates some of the threat. That could have been a thorn in their side if they tried to hop over from the con. Now Shinobi clearing space. Finding frags in the bodies they are dropping. There's potential for a flank here from the top of con to find somebody, but it's going to require that Swisher hits his shots, and he's going to do exactly that. Now the flank comes through. Xander gets a big frag as well. This is dangerous. The wheels are coming off, but the bomb, it's completely on the other site.
Oh, that
now
molly's not going to help.
They secure it. Mitch should have the angle on Swisher here in a moment. There we go. And it's all just going to be Xander, who's got a Krieg, and the Krieg is probably worth saving.
And he's going over towards long right now.
He's really going for this.
Maybe going to try and get an early pick here. And he might be gifted one here by Peter, who's jumping for information over towards long. But Xander's made his position known by popping off that shot. Doesn't connect with anything, and he is on his way out. But as that's happening, you can see those yellow dots chasing him down. So he'll adjust his position. He seems to be expecting the chase coming in. But not looking at the right angle right now as Crashes is on the other side over towards connector. He's been spotted out, and Xander should win that fight, but Crashes wins it, and that's going to be another round for Bad News Bears, but still a ways to go. 7 rounds needed here for them.
That's the ugly spray pattern of the Krieg rearing its head. Players,
oh, absolutely.
If you're not ready for that Krieg, it's different.
That'll jump on you, that's for sure. Not like the AUG.
Yeah, AUG's just pulled out. The Krieg's pulled down to the left. Okay. It's a tricky one. If you're not expecting it, it's tricky to line up. If you know what you're doing, it's a thing. But it is going to be a heavy stack in towards B, and Crashies may have unloaded his clip at just the wrong moment. He's stuck by the barrels. That's an execution. Crashies with the spam, and they get him good. Doesn't find anything for it. He's now dropped low. The gun is picked up. And this is interesting. There's an AK available for Typhoon. The remaining 4 players are going to try and deathball onto its site, but the pistol stack, it gets a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, a little too slow here for Bad News Bears, and I think they're going to try to bust in towards site right now, but the AK is on its way. They've already got a double boost. They'll give the AK to Xander, who's going to look over, and he does get a kill, but the AK is re-gifted right back to Typhoon, so that was a little wild. They didn't give up that AK and still have a hope here now, 4v3, but they still need to get another rifle. That would really help them out at this point.
There's a flank coming in from long, and they're not checking it at all. Twice is going to close distance to make this easier for himself. Oh, Shinobi's now checking, and he may have given up the gambit, but doesn't matter. Twice still finds the frag. Knows he needs to get one more, but they're going to be swinging from both ends, and that's going to be Mitch dead to rights. It's all left to Rizu, and no way that this is the round they lose. Wow. It is! USPs! Just USPs, Mitch, and it's going to be looking for Ord picking up round number 16. The Bad News Bears drop the map. It's 16-8, and that is going